Hello, Blue Justin here, still Justin, still not blue, and I have a rather interesting selection this week. I didn't think a lot of things were going to turn up because Black Friday meant that Amazon were telling me that things wouldn't turn up until next week, but some of them did, some of them didn't, this, that, and the other. But anyway, I have some lovely little things to show you, and I hope you really enjoy watching. So I think we should get on with it, don't you? Right, first up, I'm not going to do all my steelbooks first and all my brand new 4Ks and all that. Going to make you wait. Going to have to watch the rest of the video. This is one I've been interested in for quite a while, but being as it was a limited edition, the price seemed to remain quite high, and all of a sudden, I think it was possibly during the Amazon Black Friday type thing. A quick look and see if I've made any notes. And that is the rather ridiculously sounding Tammy and the T-Rex. Oh yes. Very silly idea. This is a 101 Films. I think this is one of their black labels, which means I get that nice extra booklet and everything. I'm sure if you're just interested in the film, it will come out in future, or if it's not out already, at a significantly cheaper price. But this one worked for me because it dropped quite a lot from its normal rate. It's all about jaw-dropping assault on good taste. Always a good start. First time in the UK. The boyfriend of Tammy, the cheerleader, is, I think he's, from what I understand, he's killed and his brain or his life essence or whatever is put into a T-Rex. Now, don't even ask how that happens, because I have no idea. I've not seen it. I just think it sounds ridiculously stupid and sounds like fun. This particular edition, I know, includes the PG-13. That's the American rating, obviously. Version of this, which is missing a lot of the gore, as well as the totally uncut version. It's scanned and remastered in 4K from the 35mm. There's an audio commentary with the director. There's an interview with the director. There's an interview with the actress who plays the lead. There's an interview with one of the actors, another one of the actors. Actually, another couple of interviews. So it's not actually there to be any featurettes about the film, or features, but you probably get an awful lot of information about it from the, like I said, the interviews. So it's well worth watching those. What do we got? Yeah, it's 15 rated, I presume that, which will be the stronger version, which is for strong bloody violence, language and sex. So I don't know how different the two are going to be. But even then, let me have a quick look. I can never find it. Why don't they ever put these things in? It's just over an hour and a half long for the movie. But here's a hint on the extras. 153 minutes for the extras. We are talking a serious set of discussions here. So, I mean, if you're interested in a little bit of fun, but with a, looking actually behind the scenes, and like I said, it's got that booklet there. I think there is where it is, isn't it? Yeah, that one, that side. Then go for that one. So next up we have the brand new release of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I mean, great movie, love it. Some people don't like particularly the artwork on the steelbook, but actually I quite like it. It's nice and simple, and it's an absolutely fantastic film in my opinion. I'm amazed this actually made it to 4K, to be perfectly honest. It didn't seem to be that popular, or not enough to make that particular level of going to 4K, but this is the Savvy exclusive 4K steelbook. It's only PG rated, so obviously they have now got rid of that small sequence where some sneaky person who was doing the animation revealed a lot more than should have been revealed, and also some of the smoke when it was shooting up spelled a very rude word. It was there for seconds, which is why nobody ever noticed it at the cinema, etc., because you couldn't replay it. I think all the other things got withdrawn. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to rewatching this. Fantastic. I think it's probably the best interaction between animation and live action that I know. I shall try to read out all the extras here. It's digitally remastered. It's got a documentary. It's got a commentary by the filmmakers. It's got a deleted scene, which there's only one. I'm not going to go through them all, but I do know that just like I suspect these are all just on the Blu-ray, that seems to indicate, that it also has 3 additional short movies that fit in with the universe of Roger Rabbit, of him, just like as if he was Daffy Duck or whatever. They actually made them for the release. So excellent. Sorry, I had a horrible sniffle. Anyway, next up is one that normally I would not do, because I keep these videos to Blu-rays, because that's what my general channel is about, Blu-rays rather than the alternatives. I don't do these normally, but there's a special reason for this one, and it actually sort of ties in with Roger Rabbit, being as Jessica is a chanteuse of the right era, and that is Mickey Spillane's Mike Hammer. Now, I know it's a DVD, not a Blu-ray. If it was on Blu-ray, I would get it on Blu-ray, but I'm going to say I've actually waited how long for it actually to come out, even on DVD. Now, America has had the reboot of the series that Stacey Keach, who plays the lead, sorted out. But it was nowhere near as successful in live watching as this original one. The only place in the world you used to be able to get even the reboot was the American DVD, which I happen to have. Otherwise, I'd have picked this, the Australian DVD version as well, because they've got this one and the follow-up. This is the original, not, I think it was 1983 to 86, something like that. Incredibly popular on the TV, mostly because it was totally politically incorrect, even for the 1980s. Here's him. It was, the whole point was that, Mickey Spillane wrote it for the 1960s type era, and they very much kept that attitude towards women. So if you're going to be upset by that, don't get it. But honestly, I remember watching this when I was younger, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. This is the whole series. It's only available in Australia, but it's easy enough to get through Amazon UK, which I did. It's not massively cheap, but at the same time, it's not massively expensive, considering it's, I think, 3 seasons. And I think it should, as long as it's not lying, it should also be 3 TV movies that like lead into each season, etc. So, like I said, I don't normally do DVDs, but this is one I've been so much looking forward to. I thought it worth mentioning for everyone as a sort of like hard-boiled private eye type thing. It's great. And talking of hard-boiled private eyes, and actually something brand new, and combining the look and the chanteuse, this is Reminiscence. Now, some people really did not rate this movie. I disagree with them. I saw it at the cinema, and I do have criticisms, and I'll tell you those in a short sort of version now, which are essentially the same person. Oh, what's her name? Oh, I should have looked this up, shouldn't I? Lisa Joy, that's right, who has done some very good work on other material. I think this is her first movie. Oh, by the way, I'm just going to take that off because you don't want to see horrible HMV stickers. Well, but then again, you don't also want to see that horrible mess of what it left. So I'm going to take the whole thing off. Right. Sorry, I lost a bit of track there. But essentially, I think the problem was that Lisa Joy did a very good job, but she was the writer, she was the director, and she was the producer. Essentially, there was no one there to say, no, tighten it up here. Make it, it would be improved if you didn't have, you know, that extra length, or this was unnecessary. She was very much involved, I felt, with her own project. But apart from that, I actually think it was a lot better than it's given credit for. Hugh Jackman and, this is horrible of me to say so, but I can't remember their names because I never do. The other two leads, Rebecca Ferguson is one of them. The performances are great. Hugh Jackman is always, to me, gives actually a very good performance suited to the role. In this, it is no letdown. He's absolutely brilliant. I think that he really, you know, it really needs to be seen. It's a near future setting, but it's also a film noir, if you like. It's the sort of the same sort of style as something that is from the 40s, 50s, that sort of thing, including the sort of chanteurs of Rabbit. And in actual fact, it actually reminds me that when I was actually watching it, surprisingly enough, I really enjoyed it, to be honest. And this is an absolutely stunning, in my opinion, steelbook. It's an HMV exclusive. You're right. Yeah, you heard me right. Not Zavvi. Zavvi haven't got this one. This is an HMV exclusive. Give them some love. The more we give other people other than Zavvi some love, then the more people will potentially go out and say, oh, hang on a second, I'm not going to let Zavvi control the whole market. So I personally, I think that's a really nice image. It's just to sum it up as quickly as I can. It's all about Hugh Jackman as a private investigator who has a machine, sort of rather like a reverse machine of, what is it? Which is the Tom Cruise movie where they can predict the future, and they arrest them for crimes they haven't committed yet. This is sort of the reverse. I'll put the name of it up here because off the top of my head, for some reason, I can't remember it. Basically, he has a machine that allows people to delve into their own memories. It's sort of one of those, to a certain extent, I suppose, it's like hypnosis that allows you to remember things that you think you've forgotten, like where you've left your car keys. And actually, that is the first meeting of one of the characters with him, and she goes into the machine to find out where she supposedly left her car keys, and from that point on it becomes a cross between a love story, an investigation, and very much a noir. I do, however, agree with something I have seen online that says that there's a good reason why the great film, hard-boiled noir type movies from a few years ago work so well. It's because they don't stretch them out to a really long time like this one did. And like I said, I think if someone had been there to tell Lisa Joy to tighten things up, this could have been much better received. Though even then, it was right in the middle of the pandemic, and I think it really, really difficult, and I think she had no chance really. But honestly, I think it's a lot better than it was received. So I honestly want you to give it a go. Here's one that is an update for me, and this was the Canadian version because it ended up being cheaper from that one. Ended up from eBay, despite the fact they put up the wrong picture. That's Blood and Chocolate. It's all about someone who escapes a horrible attack on her family and involves her getting involved with werewolves. Now, I cannot even remember or know whether or not she's a werewolf herself, but I wouldn't be at all surprised. It's obviously a modernish take on the whole thing. So, like I said, it's an update for me. So, from the DVD. So, I'm really looking forward to giving it a proper watch. Because I honestly can't remember, even though I have watched it on the DVD, I can't remember the details. I have a suspicion I might have been a little bit drunk back in those days. Anyway, next up is a nice little chip called this is a network release, therefore it's a British film hit called Station 6 Sahara, about a manipulative woman who says X-rated on the back, but considering it's a 15, I don't think so. Goes into an area with 5 dysfunctional individuals to do with an oil pipeline station in the Sahara, and essentially causes absolute havoc by being not only the only woman there, but being incredibly attractive as well. So you can probably tell from the front. That's the whole point, and she made a man's world explode. I'm actually not sure where the apostrophe should come, and I'm not particularly sure that that's correct, but shall we just give him a break from that one? Okay. And next up is my big moan of the week, but it actually gets involved with proper releases and stuff, so it's not just me moaning, so please keep watching. Essentially, this change is nothing to do with the movie. It's to show that it's been absolute carnage with some of my deliveries for this week. I am not impressed. I shall go through them, starting with the nice one earlier on, which was American Assassin 4K. I was updating from the Blu-ray and I took advantage of a Black Friday week deal. This was supposed to be absolutely new to me, and I hope you can see this. That was how it arrived, ripped totally on the slip. Now, as it wasn't a, I suppose if it turned up without a slip, I actually wouldn't have gone home, you know, it wouldn't have been a problem for me because I wasn't expecting a slip this long after its release anyway. But when it turned up with a slip and it was that damaged, I was not very happy at all. And this is Amazon. This isn't Amazon through a third party or anything. This is Amazon themselves. They're supposed to be sending these out absolutely brand new as they, came from the supplier and stuff. That's obviously not the case. That's absolute rubbish. On the upside, as usual, Amazon customer service, yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Oh, it's so useless sometimes, sorry. Were absolutely fantastic. I contacted them, late at night. And I said, they asked me if I wanted my money back or if I wanted a replacement. I said, would it be possible to have a partial money back and for me to be allowed to keep the item? Because to be perfectly honest, I'm not a big slip person anyway. I do like slips, but like I said, if this had turned up without a slip at that price, I would have still been happy. So getting money off, I would, it's just a bonus. So the person on the line, after I'd had a little chat with them and bonded about the fact that in the background their next door neighbour's dog was making a bit of a racket because they're all working from home and goodness knows where they are in the world. They said, according to their screen, that the most they could offer was, I think it was 25% discount or refund, and then they could do that for me. And I actually said, yeah, that suits me, that's fine. At which point they turned around and said, in actual fact, I'm going to give you an almost 50% discount. So, just being nice really, really works. So I got it, I paid out $16.99 for it, and I got £8 off refunded to my card. So, talking of which, gosh, I've got to get a different card because I'm on Visa, so that's not going to work after next January with Amazon. Lovely. What a pain in the proverbial that is. So essentially I got this American Assassin, which I believe is a very, very good movie, on 4K for £8.99, sealed and new apart from damaged slipcase. On the other hand, this is where I am going to honestly tear Amazon a new one. I will be contacting them about this, but I wanted to do it after I'd shown it to you. It's just how bad that sometimes even the best companies can be. I ordered the Ten Commandments, the 65th anniversary 4K steelbook, which includes the 1923 black and white version, I think it is. And this was, again, it was direct through Amazon. This wasn't Amazon, oh, by the way, we're sending it to you from one of our third parties. This was supposedly Amazon Direct, and they said it was new. They said new. I'm emphasizing that for a reason, because not only it turned up anything but new. It didn't even have, they didn't even try to hide it. Didn't even have shrink wrap that I know Amazon, I'm sure, could have put on again in their factories. This was what turned up. It is something I'm looking. I mean, it's a very long movie, and I don't know when I'm going to get to watch it. But I'll tell you one I think I will not be keeping is anything that turns up with ripping off the paint down to the metal along here and here. And by the way, there are scratches that much more subtle scuff marks that you can't see here. But I mean, and you can actually, there are scuff marks even on the removable sticker here. But I mean, that is just a huge gash, and I shall go further and where is it? I just want to make sure I'm looking at the right place. Yep. I hope you can actually see that. It's actually crushed on that corner. Oh, sorry, you probably can't because it's out of focus if I do that. Does that work? So everybody else does to make things go into focus. I don't know. That's absolutely disgusting. Oh, and the same here. This corner is crushed to hell and back. I think you can tell just by the light reflecting at different things about just how badly that's affected. It's absolutely disgusting. I will be asking for extra money for the absolute insult. Anyway, enough of that palaver, and going back to another one I've picked up from Amazon this week, which was absolutely fine, which is Catherine the Great. I do not know where they've got this picture on the front from, because honestly, even in real life, it looks like they have photoshopped Helen Mirren's face onto a totally false background badly, despite the fact that in the actual thing she is actually playing the part. I mean, just take a picture, for goodness sake. How can you make it look so unreal? But this is an interesting story going back about the scandal, intrigue, and conflicts going back with Catherine the Great, played by Helen Mirren, as I said, with having a relationship with Potemkin, overcoming their adversaries, and serving as the architects of modern day Russia. It does apparently have strong violence, gore, sex, and language. Well, obviously, every film has language, but you know when they put it in the rating explanation, they mean, you know, rude language. So it's 15 rated, but it's something I've been looking out for quite some time. And oh, C for Catherine. Where is it? Yeah, it's one of those ones that, weirdly enough, actually came out a good couple of years ago, but it held its value for ages and ages, hanging around at least the 15, 16, 17 pound mark everywhere. And all of a sudden, it got down to around the 11-ish mark. So I took advantage and, well, bought it, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't be in my hand. And finally, hey, it wouldn't be one of my videos without a bit of anime, would it? Well, this is, and I can't pronounce it, I should have practiced, shouldn't I? Jorgamand. This is season 1. It's about a young warrior girl, or child soldier, who goes into the employ of a arms dealer pirate, and even though the CIA, etc., are all after her employer, she's treated well, and in actual fact, I believe the employer is trying to actually use their position, even though they are making money for themselves, to sell to all the appropriate people to ensure that everything's equal and keep the future of world peace. So to a certain extent, one might say, just like quite a few real life countries in existence right now, sell enough weapons to certain areas, then they can potentially wipe each other out, but they know the opposition has got the ability to do so as well, so it turns into a mini Cold War. So yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to this. I think it's a little bit different. I had to rush a little bit as, again, I was losing the light. I thought, in the meantime, anyway, I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you found something at least interesting in some of my selections today. If you want to ask me about any of them, please do. I won't necessarily say that I'm an expert on the contents. I'm very good at blind buying, but as I did say, I have seen, for example, Reminiscence at the cinema when it came out, so I will answer questions as honestly and as much as I can, and any comment I receive below, then I will always reply as soon as I can. If you did like the video, please hit the like button. Really, really helps the channel. Cheers me up as well. Also, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for potential future videos. I have been approached by a couple of people who want me to potentially to invite me onto live streams. I'm very, 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 very keen on doing so. Technically speaking, I'm waiting for a little bit of help. And if I'm invited onto someone else's stream, I know that they can guide me a little bit and tell me which software that I need to put on, whether I need to do it on a phone or which I normally do, as I'm doing at the moment, or whether I actually need to do it on a laptop or whatever. But yeah, you may actually be seeing me live, and I would really, really enjoy sharing that experience with you if and when the very, very kind people who are much more have many, many more subscribers than me invite me on and let me know how to sort it out. But anyway, in the meantime, like I said, if you like it, please hit the like button. That's what it's there for. Thank you very much, and please keep on really, really enjoying whatever you're doing. TV, films, going to the cinema. I suspect you'll be having to wear a mask again very, very soon. So make sure you've got one ready. When I went to see Black Widow, I actually had I think I've got one pocket. I was ready with the Black Widow mask as well as the Black Widow t-shirt I happen to be wearing. So yeah, I don't think everyone will have thrown away all their masks, so let's all keep safe out there and look after each other, but at the same time keep on enjoying, and I will really look forward to seeing you very, very soon in either one of my videos or hopefully also a video in which I'm invited to participate live. That's really worrying, but it's fun. I'm really looking forward to it, trust me.